Testing.
Testing.
I could even go like this.
So what am I gonna talk about? What do I? You see this?
See it, girl.
Okay, so how do I start it though?
However you want.
Okay, I made a video about a couple days ago, and my last video before this one, I felt compelled to make a YouTube video, and I didn't have any makeup on. The reason why I'm bringing this up, because I felt resistance in making the video, because one, I didn't have makeup, I didn't feel like putting makeup on, I didn't feel like getting ready. It was just one of those days I just didn't feel, I wasn't feeling it. Guess what?
What?
Days later, I feel compelled to make another video. But yet again, I am met with resistance of not getting ready, resistance of not, just finding excuses not to create. And, well, I got my makeup on, you know, I'm looking kind of nice today. It was good. But I still feel resistance. I still feel off. I still feel like I don't want to do this. Something that, and the reason I'm making this video is because I want to share my personal experiences. Something that I'm currently experiencing right now with this retrograde, this Mercury retrograde. I've noticed that I'm dealing with a lot more resistance, meaning resistance of the fact of like, there's something I want to do, I feel inspired doing, but there's also this fear, there's this discomfort, there's this barrier that is finding all the reasons for me not to execute. And it could be the simplest thing, like making my bed, or folding the laundry, or making food for myself. And where is it coming from? Like, why am I dealing with resistance? Well, that's a really good question, Annie Karen. Why are you dealing with resistance? Maybe because I have been used to not having to take action. Mm-hmm. I noticed that I get inspired, I get motivated to do something, but then if I'm not feeling like I want to do it, then I just like, it's not the day, I'm not gonna do it, it's fine. Or I say, you know what, I'm not feeling well, I'm not in the mood. So I've trained myself, I built a habit to not execute, to allow resistance to take over. And resistance, let me tell you something right now, from my personal experience, it is very clever. And it will legit, like, camouflage itself, make it seem that it's something real, and you believe it, and now when you look back, you to get nothing done because you allowed that to overtake your body. Resistance kind of goes in hand with scarcity mindset, at least to my understanding, because that's something I've been dealing with for a while now. What is scarcity? I feel like scarcity to me means allowing fear to stop you from taking action, allowing low frequency feelings to dominate the way you proceed to take action moving forward. And if I'm not meditating, if I'm not tuning in, tapping in, checking in with myself, I will easily become a victim to resistance, and I'll allow it to stop me from manifesting opportunities, prosperity, and abundance, right? And something, like I said, I've been dealing with is the scarcity mindset, the spirit of lack. I got the spirit of lack from Street Master Gano Grills. Shout out to you. But yeah, so it's something I'm definitely interfacing with and learning how to overcome. And I just want to touch base on what scarcity mindset looks like, what it feels like, and what it hears like, okay? So for example, for me, I've noticed that sometimes I'm with my friends, I'm with my homegirls, right? And sometimes I notice myself getting jealous for the simplest things. Yeah, I'm gonna straight up admit that I do get jealous because it's something, I'm a human, and we do have these emotions. And part of me overcoming and breaking, and not breaking, but stopping generational curses is being real with yourself. Like, if I'm not real enough to take the time and hold space for myself and tell myself, you know what? Yeah, my friend made a comment that I didn't like, but I'm also experiencing jealousy, like straight up. I could always put the responsibility on other people. My emotions, my interpretations, the way I perceive things, I could always put that upon other people. It's convenient, right? And growing up, we see our parents do that. We see other people do that. But we really gotta stop that. We really gotta, and it's not easier said than done. It's not one thing when you just wake up and you just decide to just stop it. It doesn't work that way. Like, you really have to practice breaking that habit. So again, scarcity mindset for me looks like fear. It looks like jealousy. It looks like believing that others can have more than you, believing that there is not enough to go around, believing that you are not worthy. Scarcity mindset is finding excuses, allowing, like I said, resistance to take over, and finding excuses why not to take action in your inspirations and your things that inspire you, right? This is why I feel like meditation is so important. Meditation has taught me to practice tuning in, tapping into my truth, whether it's light, whether it's dark. Either one, I'm able to tap into both and distinguish, this is what I'm currently experiencing, not judging myself, holding space for my truth, letting it be. Like this fly right now on my face, I'm gonna let it be. I'm gonna let it do what it has to do. I'm gonna become one with it, right? And I think it's so crucial in when you're inspired and you know you have a purpose. You know you are here for a reason. You know you are worth way more. You know you are worth a better relationship. You know you deserve respect. You know you embody a goddess. You're a queen. How can you tap into those things if you're still dealing with resistance? Not only that, but you still believe and you're dwelling with the scarcity mind. And you also are embodying the spirit of lack. So then how do you start turning into a different direction? How do you take a different direction or a different path that better suits you? Well, you're gonna have to start practicing on maybe you don't indulge into gossip. Maybe you don't listen to that low frequency music that has you in your feelings, that codependent music, right? Maybe you don't rely on alcohol or weed, or you don't wait around for somebody to validate you and tell you you are worthy. It's nice to have that. Don't get me wrong. It's nice to have people acknowledge your worth at times. That's nice. But we shouldn't depend on that to be the reason why we take action. Okay? So again, I feel like scarcity mindset is something that definitely needs to be talked about. It needs to be analyzed, worked on, interfaced with, and all that. And that's something I'm currently working on right now. One of my goals for 2020 is to heal myself from the spirit of lack and having a scarcity mindset. And one of my tricks in doing that is, even when I'm uncomfortable, I'm still gonna show up. Even when I feel like finding all the excuses not to take action or not to implement the things that I know are gonna get me to where I need to go, I still do it anyways. And it's not easy. Like, I wanna say I look pretty right now, right? I look kinda cute. But I did not wanna do my makeup. I called my homegirl on the phone and I told her, girl, I don't feel it. I'm not feeling it. Like, I really don't feel like today's a day to make videos. But I also told myself, well, if today is not the day, then what day is it gonna be? Like, I also have to tune in and be honest with myself. How many times, Anna Karen, do you get inspired to do something, to create something, and you hold yourself back? And you find excuses not to take action because you don't feel like doing your makeup, you don't feel like doing your hair, you don't feel like going into your closet and looking for clothes to wear that are gonna look cute, or you're not in the mood. I gotta practice getting in the mood. I gotta practice just executing. So what? And there's a lot of little things that are attached to the scarcity mindset. Like believing that you're not worthy, believing there's not enough time in the day for you to take one simple little task that can really play a big part in your purpose. And it's literally like there's an onion and you're literally just like peeling off the onion, like one step at a time. You're just peeling it off, peeling it off, peeling it off. And so this is just like a little small part of me talking about resistance. It's so uncomfortable. Like, I'm telling you right now, because this is what I'm personally going through right now. It is extremely, it is extremely uncomfortable to go against what you believe. It sounds and it feels counterintuitive, but I am practicing the law of abundance, the law of prosperity. And one of the ways that gets me into the mood is gratitude, practicing gratitude. Growing up, I can honestly say that I really didn't feel what gratitude felt like. I didn't really acknowledge it or put the thoughts together and say, yes, I'm feeling gratitude growing up. No. So I have to train myself to experience gratitude even when I believe and I perceive that around me I have chaos. Even in chaos, I'm able to find my own peace. I'm able to find reasons to be grateful. There's always plenty of reasons to be grateful. And I feel like that's one of the variables to switching it up and saying, you know what? Yeah, I've been dealing with the scarcity mindset and the spirit of lack for these many years, but today I choose to start practicing gratitude and abundance to create more abundance and prosperity for myself. So that's just a little small video, just to basically explain what scarcity mindset is. We all deal with it to some degree, and we can force things to work in our favor by manipulating certain situations, people as well. And yeah, you can make and force things to happen for you, but genuinely deep down inside, are you actually truly happy? Do you truly experience joy even when there is chaos, when you perceive chaos around you? And those are some things that we should ask ourselves. Like, we should legit probably ask ourselves more questions, because I ask myself questions all the time. And when I first started asking myself questions, I thought I was going crazy, because who asks themselves questions? Who talks to themselves? Growing up, we hear, if you talk to yourself and you answer back, you're crazy. If you go to therapy, you're crazy. Well, that's a false belief. It's actually very good to talk to yourself. That's part of tapping in and tuning into yourself, acknowledging yourself. I'm gonna end this video now. If you watched my video to the very end, I truly appreciate you. If there's something that you liked about my video that stood out to you, comment down below, like my video, share my video, and when you know better, you do better.